How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome to another video on the channel. Now, as you can see today, it's a bit of a different video on the Quadrado review. I asked you what you wanted to see in terms of FUT Champs content on this channel. A lot of you responded, FUT Champions highlights. So I only recorded like the last 9 games from my FUT Champions weekend, so I've selected a few games like the most entertaining, the toughest loss, playing versus possession, and the final game, and you will see all of them today. If you want any more categories added in the future, let me know in the comment section below. And if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, or even game codes, head on over to g2a.com, use that code M89. Every single link that you will need is right there in the description below. And if you do enjoy, lads, smash a like on the video. It's always massively helpful, and your support is amazing. It really is. So thanks for all the recent support, and once again, like I did say, smash a like on the video. So the team that you're seeing in the background is the team that we rocked in like the second stage of the FUT Champions weekend. The first team was the 4-3-2-1 with like the team of the years, the legend Vieiras, but I sold Ronaldo and went with this team because it wasn't working out for me. So we have a 4-3-2, well, not a 4-3-2-1, a 4-2-3-1. It's the normal one, the normal 4-3-2. Oh my god, I'm getting mixed up with my words. 4-2-3-1. We have Van der Sar, Nets, Walker, Smalling, team of the year Ramos, team of the year Marcelo, legend Vieira, inform Kante. Then we went French basically in the attack. In Pogba, inform Ben Yedder, Griezmann at Cam, and man of the match, Lacazette. Then we switched things up. We added a different kind of team for the back end of the game. So we had a 4-3-2-1. I get it right this time. Van der Sar, Walker, Smalling, Ramos, Marcelo. That's going away from like the legend Blancs, the legend Lalasses, etc. In the midfield, Pogba came back into it alongside Vieira, and Casemiro came in as well. He is amazing on this game. And I switched things up in this formation. As you can see in the attack, we have Neymar, Messi, and Suarez. Like I said, I switch things up to the 4-1-2-1-2, and we have Neymar at striker. The 5-star weak foot comes in clutch, and this Wednesday we could possibly see another informed Neymar. So this is what it changed to in team. The 4-1-2-1-2, Van der Sar and Nets, the backline the same. Casemiro was the CDM. I could have went Pogba there, but Pogba is more effective in the attack. Vieira, yes, I could have put him at CDM, but as for staying back, Vieira doesn't like doing that. Casemiro loves it, so he works so well. In this formation, we had the powerhouses as the right centre mid and the left centre mid, and Pogba and Vieira, Messi and Cam, who was amazing in that position. And if you get kind of in the proximity of the area, take the strike with Messi on that stronger left foot, and it will fly in the back of net. Suarez at striker, who is the best striker on this game, alongside Neymar. And if Neymar wasn't kind of working out in game, I'd swap him off, I'd bring Lacazette on, then we'd go from there. And in terms of custom tactics, we had 75 speed, 55 passing, organised on positioning, then on chance creation. This is where it starts getting interesting. We have passing at 60, crossing at 40, shooting at 45. This makes you kind of more tiki-taka in the area. It gives you kind of players that want to kind of position themselves for a pass instead of position themselves for a shot. That's what I like. I like passing it in the back of the net. I don't like pot shots from distance. The higher that is, the more pot shots you're going to take from distance, the more shooting areas they're going to get into instead of passing areas, etc. Positioning on free form, defense, pressure on 50, aggression on 52, team width on 50, and the most important, defensive line on cover. Lads, let's get into the games. So here we go then, lads, and straight away we're kicking off with the most entertaining / most dramatic game of the FUT Champions run, and this came in our last 10 games, so it was good that I was recording this game against Dan Slat. He's got a nice looking team. Suarez is off cam, Slat's on a cam, Cavani at striker, but this game had action from the first minute till the 90th minute. This is basically from kickoff. Ben Yedder with a chance, great save by Courtois. Griezmann didn't get the rebound. Courtois throws it downfield, finds Cavani, who finds Ibra. One through ball, Marcelo misses out on the ball, runs into Ramos. Suarez through, Suarez scores. It's 1-0. We're down 1-0 straight away. What do you do in this situation? Keep playing a normal game, because if you know you're confident and you know you're going to get chances, like I did in the first minute, I got a chance straight away. So straight away I know I can get in behind this guy from the right hand side. So that is what I did there. I attacked from the right hand side, cut it across twice, and it's Paul Pogba who makes it 1-1, 9 minutes in. A nice finish there into the near post. Then it's Matuidi on the ball, 37 minutes in. My opponent didn't really have too many attacks until this stage. It's Suarez in a Cavani, lovely turn from him. Look out wide, it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He goes on through and makes it 2-1. What I kind of regret in that move is bringing the right back over to the centre-back position, because the centre-back basically already had it covered. So I don't know what I had to do there. Did I have to go across? Did I have to stay with Zlatan? I did the wrong choice anyhow, and I did concede the goal. However, in the second half, I come forward. It's Kante finding Pogba, passes into Suarez, and Suarez makes it 2-2. And you might be wondering, where the hell Suarez come from? You had Ben Yedder, Lacazette, etc., etc., but I had the super subs of Messi, Suarez, Neymar, MSN. So what I did with them was bring them on at halftime if I was in a kind of sticky situation, or bring them on later on in the game again if I was in a sticky situation. Pogba makes it 3-2. Then 70 minutes in, it's the ball that comes across the area. What happened there? What the hell happened there? I will never know. 71 minutes in, Smalling is celebrating, but look on the replay. Van der Sar's positioning is disgusting. What the hell is that then? The 90th minute. I thought I'd score from a corner, but instead, I played it out wide to the corner kick taker in Pogba. I didn't whip it in straight away. I bided my time, waited for the pass, and Suarez makes it 4-3. That's what you got to do in pressure situations. You don't want to kind of overcommit your players too far forward. You don't want to cross the ball straight away. You don't want to shoot the ball straight away. Bide your time, wait for the perfect opportunity, and the opportunity will come. That game, it was very tight. We had even possession, basically the exact same pass accuracy. I did have a couple more shots. I probably should have scored a couple more goals, but at the same time, Ben Ketty probably could have scored more. Then we move on to our toughest loss of the 40, and it came in the last 10 yet again, and we come against Wooden Messiah. He's got a great team. I mean, that is a great team. We've got George Weah in there, Martial in form, Sadio Mane, who's a dick to play against, Vieira wants to watch Pogba, a great team, and Lacazette, who makes it 1-0. So straight away, we have the lead. We need to defend that lead, but me being me, I don't do that, lads. I go for a next goal, and a next goal, and a next goal. We should have made it 2. Pogba definitely should have made it 2. Neuer with a big boy save there. Before he comes forward, it's Effenberg on the ball. Great footwork from him, but once again, I'm diving in too harshly. I'm pressing the play when I shouldn't press the play. I'm standing off when I shouldn't be standing off. I'm making all the wrong choices. Then it's the quick throw, quick in the area. I didn't expect that. I overcommitted with Ramos. Marcelo deflects it into the net, and it's Vieira who runs off doing the Gangnam style, and he makes it 1-1. 72 minutes in, I was going to say 70 minutes in, but we come forward. It's our super subs yet again. Suarez, how did you miss that? Left foot off the post. I should have scored that. Then yet again, we come forward. You're probably guessing by now that this is a game I dominated. Absolutely dominated. And this will happen. I cut it across there. It's Pogba. He cuts it one back to Messi. Messi's shot is blocked. But we had chance after chance after chance. Look at the stats at halftime, man. I know we don't have the possession, but he's had 1 shot, 1 on target, 1 goal. We've had 10 shots by full time and had 4 on target. It moves into extra time. It's Kante on the ball. Kante finds Martial. Martial to George Weah. What's Weah going to do? He's going to hold up the ball. He's going to wait for a runner inside. I didn't even read that play when I was doing it. I was just focused on closing down Weah, stopping Weah, because I know how OP he is on this game. I didn't want to kind of give him the chance. So we got 2-1 down. Then in the 109th minute, it's Suarez on the ball. Suarez turns in the area, gives it to Messi. It's 2-2. At this stage, I thought, you know what? I can go on and get a winner here. It's late on in the game. Marcelo turns on the ball, passes it across to Neymar. Neymar to Suarez. What are you doing? It forces a penalty shootout. Now, as you know by now, FUT Champions no longer has the arrow. The penalty shootout arrow is gone, and I need to learn in this situation. Again, this is why it's one of my toughest losses, because in this situation, I didn't have the arrow, and I didn't know how to take pens. I just know how to put it low. I don't know how to put it high. I need to go into kind of the tutorial thing and learn a little bit more as he steps up for the final penalty and sinks it home. But that wasn't the most damaging and the most kind of frustrating thing about it. Look at the stats. They are by far the most frustrating thing about this loss. We had 12 shots, 5 on target. There should have been more on target. Suarez hitting the post, etc., etc. Blue Cheese had 2 shots, 2 on target, and won 4-3 on pens after a 2-2 draw. That is very, very hard to take. But after taking a loss, and I've said this many, many times, what you want to do is bounce back. This one, it's a kind of different game. Playing versus possession. A lot of people ask me how I do this, because in the FUT Champions, a lot of people, they either play counter-attack, they either play the possession game, or they just waste time. This was one of those guys. He passed it back to his keeper, then he'd go from there. Nice pass in the midfield. I didn't even see that pass, but the possession play, every time I select a player, as you'll see in the background, he passes every single time I select a player to close him down. He passes the ball off. So it's Florenzi on the ball, plays it inside, and then he plays it inside once again. João Mario to 9 Golan to Gomez, and he just goes on from here, passing it away from my kind of closing down attempts. And it's just, it's very effective, it's very frustrating, and it puts you on tilt. He could have went 1-0 up. That was very, very close to being a goal. So what you want to do from that is counter-attack. I know counter-attack in this game is kind of looked at in a downside, but when he's playing possession, passing it back to his keeper all the time, you've got to play the percentages, and the main thing, you've got to think fast. In the final third, you've got to know what you're going to do ahead of time. Basically, if I pass to one player, then pass it off, then pass it off, I know what I'm going to do with every single kind of advanced pass that I'm doing. So I'll show you an example in a short while. This is, again, another great example of possession play. This results in a goal. What I'm doing here, I shouldn't be doing. I'm tracking him with one man in the midfield when he's passing across that fast. Don't track with one man, track with multiple players. I did a bad thing there, and it did result in a goal. So what you want to do is think fast in the final third. This is exactly what I mean. Pass it forward. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to Berber turn. I knew I was going to do that before I played the pass, because what he was doing was closing me down a lot. Again, I knew I was going to do that then. I knew I was going to try and cut it back. It kind of presented itself to me eventually. I knew I was going to spin, and I knew I was going to get that goal. Basically, I knew the percentages. I knew in the final third what I wanted to do, where I wanted to place it. Yes, there was a few bundles here and there, but you kind of get the gist. I knew what I was going to do, and I knew it could result in a goal if I did do it. So that is what you got to do. Think ahead of time. Then in defense, when you're playing a possession player, you've got to think all of the time. You've got to be on your toes, because what they're going to do is press you a lot, and they're going to make you think a hell of a lot. Here, I get very lucky. I clear up the field just to kind of try and relieve some of the pressure that my opponent's putting on. Then he gives the ball away in a stupid position once we get in the final third, because he's behind with 10 minutes to go. He's going to start rushing his passes, and when you're focusing, as much as you are focusing, he's going to make mistakes, and you're going to get the chance to capitalize. And that is exactly what happens here. He's in the final third, he makes a pass, probably too rash. If he'd held on the ball a little bit longer, he would have the ideal pass and the ideal through ball. It's Vieira who finds Suarez. Suarez to Messi. I'm going to take a pot shot again, because once again, play the percentages. If there's a high percentage chance you're going to score from long range with a player like Messi, take the chance. And I did exactly that. And by halftime, by full time, you had 58% possession, we had 42%. So if the game is kind of won by percentages and possession, he would have won that game, but it's not. It's played by you countering the possession, and that is exactly what we've got to do. Then we move on to our final game. Now, our final game normally has something riding on it every single time. So in this series, what we're going to do is show the final game every time we come across to it. And in this final game, my opponent gets a chance. It's Cavani with a long shot, a great save by Van der Sar. In this game, we were playing for Elite 2. Elite 1 was already out of the picture. In our last 10 games, we had to win every single match. What was going on there, I will never know. But I'm happy Van der Sar saved it, because normally in those situations, it results in a goal. I see it all the time on Reddit, on YouTube, on Twitter, some easy goals. But we do avoid that in this situation. And at the same time, you can possibly say we score an easy goal. He tries to clear it here. It breaks to Neymar. That was a panic clearance. What you got to do in defense is either, in that situation, pass it back to the keeper, take a touch, pass it forward, clear it forward, anything but panic pass. And what a panic pass is when you're facing your own goal and you pass it the other way, because they don't have time to kind of position yourself or power up the ball. It's just panic, pure panic. In this game, we went 1-0 up then. We got 2-0 up in the second half. I tried a shot there with Suarez. Then I knew what he was going to do. I knew he was going to head that or clear it. I kind of read it. I moved Suarez back a bit, and it resulted in a goal. So, once again, you've got to read your opponents. You've got to stay kind of focused on what they're going to do, and you will reap the rewards. In this game, we do go 2-0 up then. We go 3-0 up. It's played out wide to Suarez again. I know what I'm going to do in that situation. I was always going to Berber turn, cut it across. Neymar should have scored. What he did there, I think I was holding L2 to position him. He went for a Rabona finish. He shouldn't have done that. But like I said, we go 3-0 with Pogba running clean through. I already know what I'm going to do. Blassie flick. And then he finishes with a plum right in the top corner. And it is 3-0. You'll see on the replay. That was some goal. That was some goal. What he did there, I thought he kind of did the Blassie flick into a Rabona finish. I was amazed. I was gobsmacked then on the replay. It wasn't a Rabona finish, but still at the same time was a great goal. And it made my opponent, Dirty Dutch FC, leave the game. He sent some messages afterwards, actually, saying I got very lucky with my goals. But we did kind of dominate that game in terms of possession. Like I said, I'm not a possession player. I am a kind of counter-attacking player in this game. But as you can see on screen, we finished with 32 wins. That isn't my greatest week this week. I mean, I could have done better. I could have done a lot better. On FIFA, on FUT Champions anyways, you've got to be in the right frame of mind. If you're not, and I've had this in the past, where I haven't been in the right frame of mind, where something's been going on in my private life, whether it be something happening with my mother, something happening with my health, something happening, it's always going to affect you in game because your full concentration isn't on the game, it's elsewhere. And if your concentration isn't on the game, you will suffer in the results. So all in all, lads, hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, once again, smash the hell out of that thumbs up button. We finished on 32 wins. We get Elite 2. I'm very happy with that. But at the same time, we need a massive weekend next weekend to get top 100 monthly because at the same stage, at this stage anyways, we're still in contention for the top 100 monthly. We need like a 36 plus week next week, and I've got it in me to do it. I think I've done it once or twice this month. I've got it in me to do it. So once again, lads, smash a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you next week at the same time. Well, not the same time, on a Monday for more FUT Champions highlights.